Our sign language interpreter is Meresha Owiti. Now, the search and rescue mission for the missing aircraft has been postponed until tomorrow morning due to bad weather at the Aberdares and nightfall. Our Caroline B has been with the rescue teams and was at Njambini today overlooking the Aberdare forest, where the plane is suspected to have crashed, and will be joining us very shortly with the very latest on that search mission, which has been called off until tomorrow morning, to tell us just what has been happening the entire day today. Now, even as the search continues of the Fly SAS aircraft 5Y CAC that went missing on Tuesday evening, it was an agonizing long wait for family members, relatives and friends of missing passengers and crew members. Many camped at Western Hotel here in Nairobi near Wilson Airport, hoping to get good news of their missing relatives. And as Julie Owino now reports, many of the relatives expressed disappointment that the search had been called off until Thursday morning.
Family members, relatives and friends at Western Hotel, unable to control their emotions as search for the missing aircraft continues at the Aberdares. This is where they were told to assemble to receive updates of their loved ones from the airline. But matters got worse when that information was not forthcoming as they expected. And as time went by, anxiety grew into anger.
Hadi jana saa 11 usiku hatukupata habari zote, tunasikia tu haiwezekani kutafuta saa hiyo. Asubuhi tumekuja hapa early morning, hatukusikia tena habari tena imepatikana au nini. Kuna watu wengine kifo yao wamenasikia wametafuta, lakini sisi tumesubiri hapa. Watu ya kampuni ya ndege pia hatupate report au hatupatie report ya kusema iko inaendelea yani hivi na hivi na hivi, hatupati.
Charity Wafula, sister to Ruben Wafula, says she last spoke to her brother on Tuesday morning. It was not until 6 p.m. when she could not reach her brother through phone. Ruben, who is aged 30 years, is a father of a 5-year-old daughter.
He was just okay. It was just his normal self. We didn't feel anything amiss or anything, no.
Joined by her family members and friends, Charity Wafula is still hopeful that her brother will be found alive. She wants the government to move fast and provide the necessary support to find the missing persons.
Just asking the government if actually they can, I don't know if there's anything they can do, but if anything can be done for them at least to reach them early, because we also know time, yeah. If they are safe wherever they are, as time goes by, you never know what might happen. So if they reach them early enough, maybe we'll save them.
SAC's flight director David Kimbundu says they're still on phase 1, which entails rescue and search, and that they had little information to share with the families and relatives of the missing persons. He says that an official communication would come from the government spokesman.
Without a firm statement from a government spokesman, I cannot stand here and give you a firm statement. But I'll just give you an update of what we did. This aeroplane went missing yesterday at about 5:30, and immediately we convened a meeting here with the press, with the immediate families, and we took them through the briefing and exactly what we expect to happen, and that we were going through search and rescue process.
And as the search was called off due to bad weather, those camping here say it would be yet another long, agonizing night without any information about their missing kin. Julie Owino, KTN News.
Meanwhile, the government is asking Kenyans to be calm as various agencies continue the search operations for the missing plane and its occupants. At a news conference held in the last hour, the government said it had opened a command center at Njambini Boys High School, and that ground search operations would continue through the night to find the location of the plane at the Aberdare Ranges.
As you are aware, the Kenya Civil Aviation Authority notified the public last evening on the report of the missing flight 208 Cessna registration number 5Y CAC, operated by Fly SAS en route from Kitale to Nairobi. And I want to start off by saying that we empathize with the families of passengers and crew who are missing on the plane, of the missing plane. We identify with the anxiety that they're experiencing, and it's for this reason that we want to calm them by confirming that government is fully engaged in the rescue operation. The search and rescue operations that commenced yesterday resumed at 6 a.m. this morning. The focus of the search is concentrated in the Aberdares ranges between Nyandarua and Murang'a counties, which are around 11,000 feet above sea level. This is only 2,000 feet below the peak of Mount Kenya, so it's very high. The government has set up a command post at Njambini Primary School to coordinate the search and rescue efforts. The Ministry of Transport's Air Accident Investigation Department and KCA are working together with Kenya Wildlife Service, the Kenya Air Force, Kenya Police, Kenya Forest Service, and other state organs to coordinate the search. The search and rescue efforts have been hampered by rainfall and limited visibility due to the fog. You recognize the Aberdares mountain ranges are very high. It is raining. There's a lot of fog. Now, due to the vastness of the terrain, the team has currently focused on an aerial search to try and narrow down on the actual accident sites. In addition, attempts are being made to track the phones of those on board, while also deploying essential satellite facilities. The ground search by the mountain rescue team will continue, even as we sit in here. The government would like to urge the public to remain calm and not to speculate on the possible causes of the disappearance of the aircraft. And I wish to confirm that we shall be updating you with more information as and when it becomes available. This will be
News statement by the Ministry of Transport released in the last hour. As we have been reporting, the search and rescue mission for the missing aircraft has been postponed until tomorrow morning due to bad weather at the Aberdares. Caroline B. was at Njambini overlooking the Aberdare forest where the plane is suspected to have crashed, and brings us the very latest on the search mission.
At 9:50 a.m. Wednesday morning, rescue teams assembled at Njambini Boys Secondary School, Kinangup, in Nyandarua County. They were yet to start the rescue and search operations, though determined to venture into the thick forest, the rains and the heavy fog proving to be a big hindrance. The rescue teams drawn from the Kenya Forest Service and the Kenya Wildlife Service are being heavily relied on to locate the site of the crash due to their grasp of the forest terrain and their understanding of the forest mapping. CID detectives and the National Police Service were also present on the ground, but for the better part of the day, their duty was to wait just like everyone else. A few minutes to 11 a.m., a contingent of officers, mainly from the South Kinangup Forest Station, ventured out. This being the team that was assigned to follow and identify the site where the signal from the aircraft was last received from. None of the 7 choppers on the ground could assist in the rescue mission due to the thick fog atop the hilly forest. Attempts to head out ended up in circular tours on the non-foggy areas. The Ketia family, who reported a missing relative aboard the flight, was ready to set out to discover the whereabouts of their loved one. But their efforts did not yield much. To traverse the Aberdare forest, one needed enough water and food, with a trek likely to take about 5 to 6 hours. Meanwhile, at the District Commissioner's office in Njambini, the Red Cross and humanitarian teams set up shop with a help desk and information desk for anyone willing to provide crucial information about the rescue efforts.
Of course, the lead agency, the team, the officer who is leading the teams going to the ground, are of course guided. We have the scientific, of course, coordinates which the teams, the KWS and the National Police Service will be using. So, of course, hopefully, we definitely will zero in into a particular area. So definitely we'll be guided.
Following the challenges experienced in the rescue operations, the search mission was called off at around 5 p.m., meaning that families will have to wait for another night without knowing the fate of their loved ones. Due to adverse weather conditions, the rescue operations have been called off until Thursday and are set to resume at around 6 a.m. But the rescue teams have said they have made headway in regards to the operations. Caroline B., KTN News.
Karan be with the rescue teams earlier in the day. We are keeping an eye on that story. Meanwhile, the Kenya Civil Aviation Authority, KCAA, has with immediate effect imposed operating restrictions to 29 air operator certificate AOC holders and 15 approved maintenance organization AMO holders. Let me just read that statement. The decision of the authority affects, that is, of course, that ban on those 15 AMO. The decision of the authority affects AOC holders and AMOs that had not completed their certification. Now, the impact of the restriction, they say, include limiting the operations of the affected AOC holders to within the boundaries of Kenya, and AMOs to only offer their services to air operators that conduct domestic operations. The authority is mandated under the Civil Aviation Act to regulate the aviation industry in Kenya. Functions of the authority include certification of air operators, approved maintenance organizations, among other regulated entities. The holder of the affected AOCs will cease all international operations until such a time that they have completed the certification process to the satisfaction of the authority and in strict compliance with applicable regulations. A statement by the Kenya Civil Aviation Authority in reaction to, of course, what has been happening. We are keeping an eye on this for you. Let's take a quick commercial break here on KTN Prime. Don't go too far. We have more for you when we return.